good morning and happy Sunday to happy Sunday to you. Sorry, it was a possum. Gone. Ooh, don't worry about me driving, because there ain't nobody on the road, okay? Except me, because it's Sunday morning. I'm out and about early on a Sunday morning. She's easy like a Sunday morning. Yeah, I don't think that was the right tune, but it doesn't matter. It's a cool 72 degrees. It rained. It stormed. It was beautiful. I loved it. Yeah. My brother called me this morning to tell me the sad news. He said, Tracy, you need to call in the family. He's so dramatic. I said, okay, why am I calling in the family? He said, well, I had to go to Walmart this morning. He said, why is it? There's another one. A bunch of possum killers over here. Why is it when you go anywhere these days, you spend over $100? I said, well, I know, right? But we won't talk about that. He said, well, I stumped my toe. I said, oh, dear Lord. I said, which toe did you stump? He said, the big one on my right foot. Now, he does have some big toes. I mean, his nickname growing up was Toes, because he had them long toes that he could pick stuff up with. So he stumped it. So I got to call in the family. I said, well, let me ask you something. Last week, when I cut my finger off, if we're going to be dramatic, then I cut my whole entire finger off. Nobody called in the family for me. He said, oh man, I forgot. I'm sorry. He said, yeah, you lost a whole digit. A whole entire digit. Okay, well maybe it was just a tiny chunk of skin. For those who were not on my live last night, there's my nails. Anyway, I enjoyed the live last night. I really did. It was fun. I will try to do it more often because I didn't get attacked by a bunch of people like I did the last time I did a live. Anyway, I want to tell y'all about my brother's poor little toe. Can y'all believe his nickname was Toes? He can't pick up stuff with his toes anymore because, you know, when you get older, your joints don't work like they used to, and you can't pick up stuff with your fingers or your toes without stuff cramping up on you. But, yeah, when he was young, he could pick up anything with his toes. My other brother's nickname was Rabbit. Rabbit, because he was fast like a rabbit. I don't think I really had a nickname in my family other than my mom called me Trace.
I had a lot of nicknames over the years. Shorty, short stuff, short, you know, poop, Trixie. Don't know where that came from, but I was Trixie for a while. Honeysuckle, T, Racy, T, Dog, D-A-W-G, T-Dog. Oh, what did Patty call me? I remembered what Patty called me. Tracy Cakes. Yeah, Tracy Cakes. She called me that, or she shortened it to TC. So, yeah, that's my other nickname.
But the reason we're calling in the family is because my mom, bless her, if anything happened to one of us kids, even if it was minor, like stumping a toe, it was calling in the family. And even if you just had to go have a hangnail removed, she'd want the whole family to show up for the surgery. I'm like, nobody has to show up except you because I need a ride. Not for a hangnail. I'm just saying, like carpal tunnel, she wanted my dad and her and my sister, everybody there. And I'm like, we don't need everybody, okay? Ain't no use in nobody sitting around bored all day for this, okay? It's okay. I mean, I would tell you that you could leave if the hospital administration or the doctor's office would let you. I would say that you could leave and go shopping and then just come back in an hour. My dad did that. He dropped us off. This was after my mom stopped driving. He took us down there, and so we thought, because Mom was there with me to have my surgery, that he could go on back to the office because it was going to be a couple of hours. And he left. Well, I have to do all the check-in stuff, and they said, "Who's your ride?" And I said, "Well, you're kind of nosy, ain't you?" I said, "My dad." And she looked at my mom and she said, "Where's your dad?" And I was like, dang it. I was like, well, I mean, my mom's here. And she was like, but she doesn't have a vehicle. And I was like, no. She said, "We can't start your surgery until your dad gets back." I was like, now, come on. That's a bit ridiculous, don't you think? But we had to call my dad to come back and sit and wait in the waiting room while I had surgery. But the worst part of it all is he was mad when he had to turn around and come back, and he ran a red light. He was turning, and he turned a little after it went, red, and he got a ticket. It was one of those cameras that's on the lights, on the traffic lights, and it took a picture of his tag, and it mailed him the ticket for running the red light. Oh, Lord, he was mad. Well, anyway, I'll be back, okay? Okay. My brother just sent out a family text message to all of us. Just wanted to let everybody know that I stumped my toe this morning. The big toe on my right foot. I think I'll be okay. So I wrote him back and said, "I'll add you to the prayer group." And my nephew wrote back, "Please," I think it was my nephew, I don't know, it just popped up. It said, "Please do, praise Jesus." He's so stupid. Y'all think I'm bad? Oh, he's so much worse than me. But the bad part is, well, he's kind of like me in that he gets shy and awkward around people he doesn't know. He's worse than me, though, because he don't want to be on camera. He gets all embarrassed, and I'm like, "You're so funny. Oh my gosh, you're so he's so stupid." Oh, he's stupid. I can't with him. This also goes back to when I had my very first car accident, and my car was totaled, okay? I was 19 years old, and the first car stopped because the dog was running across the road. The second car stopped. I slid to a stop, and I was sitting a little bit cattywampus in the lane, but the fourth car did not stop, and it was like one of them Oldsmobile Delta 88s that was like 82 feet long, and it slammed into me and pushed me the rest of the way sideways, and then pushed me into the car in front of me. Well, I was fine. I didn't even have on a seatbelt, because we didn't wear seatbelts back then. But all I did was hit the side of my knee on the gear. But my car could not be driven. I mean, it was totaled. So the police officer who shows up, of course, knows my dad, because my dad worked with him. So he had dispatch call my dad and say that I had been in a wreck and that I just needed a ride home, that I was fine. So my dad is getting ready to go to work, and so he tells Mom, "Tracy has been in a wreck. She's fine. She just can't drive her car home. So will you go and pick her up?" And told her the location. "She's sitting in the police car waiting on you." Well, my mom's running around the house like a chicken with her head cut off, putting on makeup and trying to like decide what to wear and saying I gotta iron this top and all this stuff, and my dad's like, Shirley, she just needs a ride home. And she said, well, if I'm gonna have to take her to the hospital, I need to be in more than just my pajamas. And he's like, she doesn't have to go to the hospital, she just needs a ride home. I would do it, but I have to be to work in a few minutes. You just literally have to go pick her up. Just go pick her up. She's sitting in a police car on the side of the road waiting on you. My poor mom. She just, like, if you told her something had happened, her mind did not comprehend everything you were saying. She went to the worst place, and she stayed focused on that, and it was hard to talk her back down to be like, nope, she's fine. So anyway, that's kind of where we go with all this stuff. And my mom was okay with us picking on her about it too. So you don't have to feel bad for my mom, because my mom was like me. She could take it. She could take the picking on. I'm so thankful that I'm a person that can be picked on and take it, because some of the comments I read on other pages of people think that people are being mean because they're picking on their kid or whatever. I'm like, they're not being mean. Are you kidding me? Picking on is a form of love if it's not done maliciously. I mean, if it's just general picking, I mean, good Lord. People are just too sensitive these days. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I'm not very sensitive. Let me tell you something. If you're going to have a social media page, you cannot be overly sensitive, because you will get your feelings hurt quickly, and they will stay that way, okay? I don't get my feelings hurt. No, if you make me mad or hurt my feelings, I mean, if you hurt my feelings, it's bad. But if you upset me, I just block you and move on. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't have a difference of opinion. I'm not going to block you because we might not agree on something. But if you're just going to come on my page and be mean, bye. Bye, Felicia. That's what I'm going to say. Bye, Felicia. So, anyway, well, I guess that's going to be the end of this video, because I have talked long enough, okay? So, y'all remember that I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon, because people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries. Toodles, my noodles. Stay silly, my friends, and smile. Piss people off, make people happy, or just make them wonder what you've been up to. Goodbye.